And if you have any spare change and would like to donate, you can check out the link on our GoFundMe, which will be on our website at WTVR.com. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. Right now, there are roughly 2 million people in America that are in jail. Walk in Those Shoes is on a mission to show the human side of those behind bars, something many of us often forget. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. The courts are now open for anyone that's looking to get some shots in or even some layups. Working for you, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. RPS says that every donation will go a long way in helping the teachers and the 22,000 students in the division. If you would still like to help, you can visit igniterps.org. We will also have that on our website at WTVR.com. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. Is right, just around 3:15 this afternoon, a private daycare bus overturned on this road right here on the corner of Pulaski and Henrico Turnpike. Now, the police have not confirmed who all was involved in the crash, but they say that there's 8 to 10 kids who are sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. If we have more, we will bring that to you. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. Henrico County has recently created a new home for hoopers and a new way to keep kids off the street. These professional-grade courts were installed at Fairfield Middle School and are open to the community as long as school is not in session. Construction went underway for the project last August, and before that, it was just a large pile of grass. The courts are painted red and blue and feature plexiglass backboards and even, check this out, LED sports lighting for when it gets dark. Many Henrico locals are taking advantage of the new courts and appreciate their positive impact they've had on the community.
Look at these group of guys out here, not getting in any trouble, just out here exercising physically, just for social emotional supports. I mean, I think this is great.
So make sure to go get your Steph Curry on and shoot some hoops at the new NBA-sized basketball courts over at Fairfield Middle School. Working for you, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. 2 movers showed up to this home on Saturday morning, and just 30 minutes later, they tell me what they heard made them jump out of a second-story window and run for their lives.
I couldn't believe something like that happened.
For this Richmond mover,
First thought was like, I gotta get out of there by any means.
a 2-story jump is what stood between him and life or death.
I had to think about jumping, because it was so high.
The mover, who has chosen to remain anonymous, was finishing up a job for then-wife Diane Crowder, who was trying to leave an abusive relationship.
We was almost done. We was on our last 2 pieces.
And just moments later,
It's something I will never forget.
the movers were suddenly trapped in what they called a nightmare situation.
It felt like a movie, like a horror movie. Like it didn't feel real at all.
They were just upstairs as former Henrico police officer Robert Crowder shot and killed his wife and stepdaughter.
Sounded like it was right in the next room, even though it was downstairs.
The mover acted quickly after what he heard following the gunshots.
No screaming. That's why I was like, that's what really made me jump out that window.
Which led him to making what he says was one of the hardest decisions of his life.
I'm scared, just panicking, not knowing if he gonna come upstairs.
The mover chose to take a leap of faith, leaving behind a scene that he says will stick with him forever.
Just knowing that I shook these people's hand, 30, 40 minutes later, they're gone.
The mover made it out alive and called police while on the run, which led to a 9-hour standoff, resulting in over 60 shots fired at police from Crowder.
If the standoff was 9 hours, I know he walked around that house plenty of times. And I know he remembered we was in there.
Crowder is currently facing 6 felony charges and is being held in jail with no bond. Working for you, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. It's been 4 days and Richmond police are still looking for a suspect who shot 6 people at a cyber cafe on July 4th. Police arrived on scene at Cyber Cafe on West Broad Street after an officer heard shots around 3:30 that morning. They say 2 of the victims have life-threatening injuries, while the other 4 are expected to be okay. Officials say the victims drove themselves to the hospital, and officers later discovered one of the victims actually came from a different crime scene that happened on Commerce Street. RPD is urging people to call them with any information that might help them find this shooter.
If folks see something, to say something. Most definitely, if your hunch is that something looks suspicious, then it probably is. Just ask that folks do their part as well to keep their neighborhoods and their communities safe.
Again, this is an active investigation, so call Crime Stoppers if you know anything that could help police. That number is on the bottom of your screen, and remember, you can remain anonymous. Working for you, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News. If you decide to grab a bite to eat at the Nurturing Cafe in Richmond, you may be surprised at who's serving you. From the host stand to the waiting staff, the entire team is made up of kids. The cafe was created as an extension of Nurturing Minds, which helps kids struggling with social skills. Here, they're able to interact with customers and learn key skills that will help them prepare for jobs in the future. These young entrepreneurs guarantee good food and even better service, which can be rewarded with a tip.
I'm still not really a social person, but I'm starting to become one.
The cafe runs through fall and is open Monday to Thursday from 11 to 4 p.m. You can also donate to the Nurturing Cafe. We will have that link on our website at WTVR.com. Working for you in Richmond, I'm Jacob Phillips, CBS 6 News.